Safer! Away!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You have once again set your priorities absolutely correct for Monday evening, and also shout out to the privileged Twitch crowd who is watching this right now live, fewer privileged YouTube crowd out there as well. We are watching tonight a quarterfinal. We are into season 33 of UGC. Not bronze, not mercury, neither palladium nor ruthenium. No, it is UGC platinum. And after 8 weeks in the regular bracket, we are heading straight into the first round of our playoff stages. After that, we have a semi-final, and after that, obviously, the grand final. So tonight there is a quarterfinal of Bad Dragons Russian team against, they're rushing forward against Gimme swear word opponent. We just call them Gimme Maidan opponent tonight. And we're starting on Asheville. There are 3 maps, so it's a best of 3 as well. On payload maps, if you want to have a best of 3 or just best of 1, but they decided to play a best of 3 if it goes to that later on there. But we're starting off onto Asheville, which you can see right now, obviously, on the screen. After that, Product and Upward, and Borneo was banned and Lakeside was banned.
I'm very excited. To be honest, I was enjoying your monologue. Like, I thought I wasn't even going to have to do any casting tonight. But yeah, it should be a good game. I mean, both teams have been fairly solid through the UGC season. I'm going to run down some rosters. So starting with Bad Dragons, we have Lightclaw on the Scout, Boshi on the Soldier, D-Toad is Merkin on Pyro, Demo will be Quarky, Heavy will be Walker, Citrus on Engineer, I believe it's Silvermaster coming in on the Medic, Cloudy will be on Sniper, and it'll be Yucca on Spy.
Indeed, and on the other side, opposing them as we are going live quite soon in the match itself, it will be Utgar on Scout. Definitely has been making a name for himself, also playing in regular ETF2L seasons. Then Timtum on the Soldier class, Tercio on a Pirate, Essex on Engineer, Xio on Medic, Sniper will be Stinghan, and Jerkas will be Spy. That's because right now we are going live. You're watching the season 33 not even semi-final, but quarter-final. I screwed up, but we have Bad Dragons going against Envision, or Gimme opponent as they are being called this iteration, into UGC as they have taken us away on the first mid-fight.
Yeah, they're just both posturing on their battlements. Neither team really super commits. You don't have to super commit. Cloudy picks up a frag onto Utka, and Timtum is down as well. So that's 2 kind of initial picks for Bad Dragons. So the flank is completely down here, and they're taking all the position that they need on the point. The cap is going to come in very soon. It's up to Envision whether they want to commit. The Scout is deep onto the Medic Zio, but Zio does survive. I'm going to have to leave now. The Demo's behind. Quarky in really deep. Good jukes there from Zio, walking out onto the battlements, gets that arrow onto Timtum, and probably just about dodge those snipes. Coming in from Quarky so deep onto the Medic, but the Medic will survive.
I'm not sure if you need to do that. Once you kept the first point, by the way, you don't really get your spawn times increased, but just the repush from these Envision players going to grab them just like that. Also just going to instantly recap this point. They did not even need to use their Uber. The enemy medic either was killed or just used the Uber into a solitary position, which didn't really matter there. I was almost ready to chastise Envision there a bit, because they just, I feel like, felt gutted, because very convincing power play on the first mid-fight. They're just won by the Russian team, but just an immediate recap, and I feel like the demo man being a bit too far forward definitely cost them there.
Yeah, we're now going to see kind of a little bit of posturing. Cloudy picks up another pick onto Sting, and that's going to open up a lot of space here for Bad Dragons. Kind of walking forward. They do have this Uber disadvantage they have to worry about. The Uber's coming very aggressive, but it's so far back. Utka tries to go for something, but he's just going to back out. They're just going to be chilling on the point with this Uber not really used into anyone.
Ezio just got forced in a very passive position, which just meant that he almost dropped this demo there as well. Took a lot of damage, bit separated there. I didn't 100% have the just the eyes on that, but the red team is just walking forward right now, getting kind of juked there by the Pyro, but the demo is just into the enemy medic, going to almost get the pipes in, but no, the juking, dodging and diving is essentially going to secure his life, but the repush is just so far, but the Spy's in from behind, and Take Me Back, as he's called, the medic here. You can't see fake nicks, but they're using them, so it's not really making it easier for me, but Silvermaster just getting gunned down there in the end, and once again, 90% percentage, or advantage rather, onto the blue side.
Yeah, kind of a mirror of what happened in the mid-fight. Bad Dragons getting all the frags and getting all the position, but it's really Zeo surviving, just dodging Quaki's pipes. It's going to give them a big advantage again. Timtum is in quite deep, is cleaned up, but Quaki is down. Now the Uber is coming in very, very deep here. Utka is chasing. He's going to get Walker, but there's no medic to be seen. Silvermaster really far back, but they are going to take the point down, and it's already ticking down nicely here for Gimme Opponent. They've got kind of a nice lead here. Just got to worry about kind of this slight disadvantage. It's not, honestly, like, Silvermaster hasn't been building super well, so it's going to be very, very close in terms of how much advantage they are going to get when they are in time to push here.
But Cloudy goes down, they're going to lose the sniper. The sniper battle greatly weakens their potential to just walk forward. It's quite the low spawn wave down onto him, but then, wow, this blue demo just being so insanely aggressive. Who is that? I think Quaki even just going to jump so far. I know Quaki's on the other side. The blue demo just completely playing a blinder at the moment onto this balcony. They're getting so weak, but Atmos not getting punished there. They're really ticking this clock down here right now. But the Uber is going to come in right now. But the defensive team just flashes a lot of players here. But they're kind of forced into this defensive position. So I think Envision might actually recover here. But no! The demo man just gets shot there by a single engineer. So right now comes the repush, and they're probably going to claim this here. Boshi is going to secure this high ground there, and just with that sheer aggression, but there's still some, you know, fighting around the shadow area. Stingen is not wanting to give this up for free.
Yeah, it's kind of strange from Gimme Opponent. Oh, we now see Boshi going in, can't get the medic. Zeo's doing a great job surviving. Absolute dukes on that man. But yeah, we see Gimme Opponent like Claw now in for something cleaned up easily. They kind of had a bad trade there, but that was mainly because their post Uber was so bad. They built the Uber in time, but then didn't get any position in the post Uber. But the cap time hasn't. They haven't even got the cap down here for Bad Dragons. It's only just coming in now. No contesting here from Gimme Opponent. So we're going to see if Stingen can just peek something. He is not going to go for anything. He's in fact going to get rushed down, and will just about survive.
Bad Dragons managed to cap this without being too much into an overtime situation, so they have some time to play with that. Just the solo scout Uber is going to come in, but the demo man getting headshot in the back end of that block. He's going to chase here with his Uber right now, which is better, and Dito just gets an easy 6k down to the Pyro, going to lose his head for it. Sometimes Pyros maybe are headless, but Cloudy is going to take the retaliation flag onto Stingen. Sit down, man, and just a successful Uber there for Bad Dragons, completely punishing the solo scout Uber, which then not was able to flash the demo man up par there, so they just lagged in the chase up there and just with a cleanup. So, I mean, they're doing little steps, but it's helping them maybe once again get a grip onto this round.
Yeah, they seem to have kind of a good foothold now. They have a slight advantage. It looks like they're very, very worried about sack waves. You can see how far back here Silvermaster is. Walking a little bit further forward now, but with Stick Quaki now, it's going to be no kind of stickies or denial on the point. Are they going to be able to play the point here, Gimme Opponent, or are they going to go in deep to try and force a Uber?
Yeah, I have the slightest premonition that they're just walking on here right now, completely unquestioned. There's only a Pyro there, having to build this over, but no! He dies at 98%. Silvermaster is going to lose his grip there onto the game itself, and I mean, Silver is sometimes maybe not enough if you play in UGC Platinum, not for this round at least, as they're just going to seal it off their Gimme Opponent, taking the first round there onto Asheville, which maybe like might have not looked like it. Judging from the first mid-fight that just went down, seeing Bad Dragons being so aggressive, they're just capping the point, basically unquestioned, but after that they really regrouped quite nicely, and I feel like the demo man also being a bit further down there, but in the end they had to hold them for 1 minute. It's really difficult to do that, so just a second mid-fight, only a Spy being the first one, but Boshi, the initiator, just early on down.
Yeah, Envision changed up there, roll out completely, they go to the left side, but they are getting mulched here. Walker so far forward, Light Claws down really deep, picks up Zeo. Complete wipe here, absolute madness, complete crushing mid-fight there for Bad Dragons.
Like in the first round, but we'll see if they have once again a U-turn, but Silvermaster is probably trying to have some eyes onto that sky, which is sometimes overcasting by just jumping players, because they have the time right now to do a suicide wave. They have to do that anyway, so we'll have to see if they just want to try pushing Levi's walk this forward. But Lightclaw was behind, got some damage in, but ultimately got cleaned up by Barthus there, who then Utgard tried to get something onto Boshi, but they're trying to walk in here, just swinging, getting the earliest sniper sideline, and just so much space. Detour going to fall there, they're almost giving this up for free, as so much cap time is just going onto this point here. It forces the Uber to be popped responsively, and the Pyro is just going to air blast it out. It was sort of this dry push, which just ended forcing the Uber, and right now comes the repush, but Cloudy is going to get the better out of Stingen, greatly weakening this push that comes in right now. Quark is getting to get just completely blasted out by the Pyro, but they're once again securing just this cap by sheer aggression alone.
Tercio is just walking forward, holding W and not getting shot by anyone. He's still on the combo, does just about get cleaned up, but there was really no advantage there for the side of Gimme opponent, and they were just completely able to bully them out just through to sheer aggression, as you say. Just Tercio holding W. They didn't want to fight it on Bad Dragon's side, and they've given up the point. They have been able to retain a bit of an Uber advantage. I think Zio went down some, I didn't quite see that, but certainly, now a large advantage here for Bad Dragons.
Definitely, we have to see how they on the return leg want to take this push here into them, because right now they can maybe try to even get a bit forward here, nudge the cap, but Barthas is so weak, they need to get more aggression in there. They're doing that quite well here. Stinger is just early on going down the demo man. No, the medic even getting headshot there once again just makes matters worse, because no heals. It wasn't so much about the Uber percentage per se, because he was on a large disad, but that just means that, like right now, Bad Dragons is going to take this point without even using.
Yeah, Cloudy seems to be in hot form right now, picking up the medic there. Another, as you say, large, in fact, complete Uber advantage now. It's going to be up to Envision if they want to I think they're going to go for some kind of sack wave. But you can see how far back everyone on Bad Dragons is. They're completely ready for this sack wave. Soldier is coming in now. Gets a nice reflect there from Detailed, but kind of a pussy pop there. I'm not sure if that Uber was necessary. It looks like they were kind of caught in two minds, whether they wanted to go deep for kind of an aggressive Uber, or they were going to go just to try and absorb the sack play. But as soon as the Soldier came in, Silvermaster decided to pop the Uber and didn't get much with it.
We have to see how they once again react just to Envision walking, or Gimme opponent just walking onto the point. Yeah, they're probably going to whip that up, as they also lost their demo man. Quarky wants to fight this, but he is basically alone. They're just getting peppered. The medic survived, but they only have about 50% right now onto the red medic, but 50% advantage there onto Zio, and I feel maybe it punishes them in the end, just popping there a bit early on the draw, but I feel like maybe this game will probably not be even this much about the Uber. We'll have to see. So far it has only been Cloudy just popping heads and just enabling Bad Dragons to walk forward. Yoboshi is going to take the jump, but gets denied there. Just complete control over the red chat. So right now they're building their Uber and they're already walking forward, but they lose some players, which is really dangerous, because they want to take the fight here and maybe even try to force this Uber out of the equation. Yeah, there comes Uber. Just about they're going to get it popped on, but I feel like the blue Uber is way better right now.
Well, it's a bit of an Uber trade here. I think Tercio will just about get cleaned up. Oh, but so good pipes there from Stan, hitting absolutely everything. Cleans up D-Toad, and so many players have gone down. Yuka picks up Stingen as well. Stingen hasn't been able to leave spawn for the last couple of minutes, hasn't been able to get anything going at all, and now we see a little bit more aggression. It's really Stan is just having this one-man army kind of piping everyone, trying to get as much damage down as possible, but I think Bad Dragons will just about take this cap in. Stan's really going in deep for a jump. He's levitated by a sentry, does escape. But Cloudy again with a big pick onto Zio, and now again heal and Uber advantage for Bad Dragons.
Yeah, once again just the long range class basically going to snipe the head of the medic away there. Just some jumps coming in from the opposing team, trying to get something onto Silvermaster, but he was way out of there. He was already into lobby. They have a little time deficit, but have a huge Uber advantage right now. Stingen once again getting picked up. They have really good control onto the sniper there, as it seems, even though they're in the time disadvantage just objectively seen. And as I was pointing out before, Bad Dragons got rolled 4-0 by the opposing team there, by Gimme opponent in the regular season, but maybe that doesn't tell the whole and true story, because right now it's really equal, as they have to walk into your stand. Just gets a lot of punishment. Utka going to get his head taken off, even then just Cloudy is controlling not even the skies, as its name maybe even proclaims, but also the map itself is tipped up as Joe is going to bomb in there, getting Silvermaster so low and going to force the Uber out.
Yeah, nice bombing, gets the force. Stanny is going to get cleaned up. I mean, this sentry gun from A6 has just been absolutely annoying them. Somehow he was able to set up in the sentry when they had that Uber advantage on Bad Dragon's side. He was able to set up a sentry on the roof, just wrangling it down into that combo area. But yeah, Bad Dragons, they were forced out, and they now have to worry about this Uber that's going to come in from Gimme opponent pretty soon, I imagine.
Quarky was on the wrong side. They just got completely picked up by a soldier spy combination. They're right now just using this Uber, trying to clean up D-Toad, who delays it for some time, but the problem is they have only a few moments there to just regroup their players. They have just right now fast spawns onto Bad Dragons once they even just be able to push this forward with the respawns, but they only have 10 seconds here. They're just going to get denied. There's Tercio so close. They have to get onto this point. It is really ticking right now. They're trying to go just close range here, but Walker going to get headshot, and they are onto this point with Uber, but you can't cap with Uber enabled, and just Spy is going to cloak there just in the nick of time. Barth is going to punch the Jet with the Fists of Steel. So much damage going in. The Spy just completely unquestioned and uncalled for behind the enemy team, and Envision quite happy with being 2-0 up, because this is quite a game here.
That was an absolute chaos fight on the point. I saw Ubersaurs flying, I saw the Spy having to decloak and just to get the cap time. I'm just about Gimme opponent pull it out, and they are 2-0 up now. But that was a super close round, and it bodes well for what's to come.
Definitely shows them, but I feel like Quarky is just dying a bit too far and progressively forward, because that also punished them when he did that the round before. Cloudy is also going to get just piped there. Stinghand though falling to light for them. The end. Tercio is trying to 1v1 Walker there on the under area, and he's not going to walk out there as his name proclaims. No, he's just going to instantly respawn, and right now it's just Boshi is bombing in here. Wow. Quite a good surf there, but quite low HP as well from Zio, just going to survive that, and Silvermaster dying in that mid-fight. So this time around, Envision is going to win the first mid-fight in this third round.
Yeah, they changed it up a little bit, and you know, as we saw, again, it's a kind of tale of two medics. Zio just about surviving that Boshi bomb, while Jerkers came in and killed Silvermaster on the other end, and now we kind of got this classic kind of Asheville or coal plant situation where a team has control of the point and they have a large Uber advantage. So I think we're going to be seeing some sack waves. Oh no, we're not, because Cloudy picks up Zio.
We just need a body shot into open space. The medic there maybe just expecting Cloudy to stay on the right side, just seeing from their team's perspective and not on the battlements itself, which is the high ground. So just going to basically drop there to the ground a bit anticlimactically, but also the mini sentry is out of ammo. Yeah, it's getting repaired right now by Essex, great stuff, but they're not converting this just immediately into a repush. They probably also waited for their Uber, but right now that just means that they're getting sticked off their bystand, who just reads that early sting then though gets killed. This seems to be initiator just for a lot of fights that they're taking right now, but they want to just take this Uber into here. Maybe they could have even been a bit faster there onto the draw, but just going to swarm the point. But Timtum is just into the medic there. He was still on a lot of HP, so maybe once again just a lot of pressure on him and just so fast on the draw.
Yeah, I don't really like this medic play here from Silvermaster, and in fact gets cleaned up as well. And was it Barth is hiding in some kind of weird spot? They just weren't aware of exactly where Barth was. They didn't clean him up, they went too deep, and the medic was cleaned up on the tail end. I mean, again, we saw just like a single soldier kind of bombing in. I mean, that wasn't even a particularly clean bomb. He just got a little bit of damage onto other players, and you know, the medic is just popping instantly as soon as he's here. That soldier gold. I think he just needs to hold on a little bit more, and it will kind of bode better for Bad Dragons.
The combo fight definitely needs some wheel work, because they're just getting so much pressure onto Stinger, which seems to be the key player there as well for the sort of side of Gimme opponent, as Stan is going to die before the Uber, so everyone is just instantly out of the point itself from Bad Dragons. Only Dito being the solitary player who has to sacrifice his life for justice. Completely denied, but the soldier's just into the lobby once again. Timtum being on top of the medic there, and so close there, not getting taken down, but they just clean up the players close to the point. Cloudy, but the Pirate's just going to walk in your W plus M1, and you can't pop if you don't have Uber yet, so he's just going to survive that. But sure, not enough protection there in the end, as Timtum and just the combined damage they're going to take down Silvermaster.
Yeah, that was a fantastic flank from Timtum there. Just being aware of how many picks were on the side, just going through the bats all the way behind. Obviously, the lobby is slightly different in Asheville compared to Coal Plant, but you know, completely kind of capitalizing, you know, on that extra doorway that you have, and the fact that the medic was completely pinned in onto the health pack, and nice rockets there from Timtum, and an advantage again here for Envision.
Yeah, and they're going to bleed some players here. Even then, Barth is just going to walk forward. Kawaki, I don't want to single out single players, but I'm just talking about how he is dying. And right now they're just getting brute forced out here. Stan is trying to nuke them away from an Ubered heavy, but they're just going to instantly recap this point quite so easily. Tercio trying to shoot some trouble, but Cloudy's trying to peek from the right side quite aggressively and a bit temptively as well, because he was weak, but he's getting healed right now. And once again, just the time advantage into the hands firmly of Envision, as they seem to be in control of the game, even though Silvermaster right now has this Uber and they want to charge in from this high ground, but they're taking a lot of damage here. Barth is just peppering the enemy demo man and they want to take this trade, but they're just getting so weak. They have to like be more decisive here.
Yeah, but conversely, Quark is also getting a lot of damage. We now see the frags coming. Yuka picks up Sting and Barthis goes down to Cloudy. A lot of frags here, so they might be able to take this off. They have to worry about Sticky Trap is detonated. A little bit of aggression here, but I don't even think they're going to have to use this. Is kind of perfect here. Oh, they are committing, are they? Demo's really, really deep. He's going to get force the Uber out, but it's going to be difficult here for Quarky to get anything. Decides to not commit super hard. Counter Uber now from Envision. They're going really, really deep with Tercio. He's going to be mostly denied though by D-Toad, who might die for it. And Yurkas, in fact, in the backlines picks up the medic, and complete disaster here for Bad Dragons.
Yeah, why commit there? That was a bit of a harsh play. Like, there was no reason in committing there, and then they committed, almost done it, but Tercio not being able, D-Toad, sorry, not being able to completely blast the enemy team just into defensive position, so they were able to regroup off that, and just the wrangled mini sentry from Essex just going to get so much damage in. The flank dying there, Lightclaw and Boshi getting clawed out of the lobby, some stragglers only being there, and no one close left to the point, only Quarky there on the high ground, but just going to get put into the pocket of Timtom, who has been on top of the enemy team. And I have to admit, I don't 100% know about Asheville, how this is played, because I think it is not even over yet, because 3-0 usually would say in ETF, okay, it is apparently over. In playoffs, it is over. I obviously know what I'm talking about, but just as you hear me tumble my words, my just train of thought was, in the season itself, you play like a best of 7, so the first team that goes to 4 points wins that, so that's why they also won 4-0 there in the regular season, but 3-0 is the max here, and we have a quick peek onto the logs in a second.
Crucial frags from Utka. He's got so many frags. I think it was just those really deep Ubers he was going in, just picking everyone up and obviously doing a lot of work on the flank as well. Yeah, we've actually seen a little bit of a change up here from Bad Dragons. They've changed a couple of players. D-Toad's obviously had enough. Didn't fancy playing against his friends in Envision anymore. One map loss is enough for him. So he's out. He's going to be replaced by Clav on the Pyro. I think Silvermaster, who, of course, we were saying was the medic who was really, really struggling on that first map, just kind of popping a lot of unnecessary times, we felt, is also going to be replaced by Atom, who I think was the main during the season. So I think that'll be a big thing for Bad Dragons, that they now have their main medic back.
Yeah, as we are heading into the second map here right now onto Product, just Envision taking it 3-0 there, Ashware, and right now being a bit on the back foot here, Bad Dragons having to claw this just fiercely with Dragon Breath maybe just out here and going to just win this map here, just to keep them into the fight, but just Soldier Boshi was just completely unquestioned there from the connector, but getting dealt with, even though he got a lot of damage, and Quarky is quite weak as well. Lightclaw dying there, just falling down, and it's right now a bit tentative, but just a lot of red players just falling down as, yeah, Envision is just going to take the lead here onto the point itself. Cloudy is trying to get some sniper sidelines once again out there from the pocket area lower right into the cliff itself, but you know, Utka is just this little pesky scout there onto the point itself. Cloudy is going to fall, and there just comes a double stab once again from Yuka or TS as he scored, as he almost got the backstab there. Oh no, he got the backstab onto Stan, like the spy going to carry them just onto this point again.
Yeah, Yuka, really big picks. I mean, it looked really good for Envision briefly, like they absorbed all the aggression, like the bomb that came in from Boshi, and just Stan was putting up so much damage across the point. It looked like they would take it, but yeah, gimme opponent. Somehow Yuka just comes in, stabs everyone, and they kind of crumble, and the first cap in fact goes down for Bad Dragons.
That's quite convincing retort, as Cloudy though going to get Revolver down there in the backline. Timtom is so far forward just with his rockets onto the cliff itself, going to jump a scout though, usually not what you want as a soldier, but there comes the Uber right now from Atom onto Quarky. They're so far in here, just Envision being completely out of position and don't even have Uber. Maybe they did not expect either the enemy team to have Uber or just to be this aggressive with this Uber.
Well, they got forced on the point, and they chased kind of similar to Bad Dragons in the first map. They chased far too deep when they had that Uber force out of them, and yeah, It was Quarky, in fact, went really deep, gets the medic, picks him up, and now large advantage. We are seeing some cap time though coming down. With no Walker, that's a lot of point to nail down. So really kind of quite far forward here in Vision. They want to kind of pressure the point, but not getting quite enough cap time yet if they want to get that force out.
Yeah, and Stan was laying down some damage, but going to get ultimately cleaned up there by Cloudy, who just got tanked by Atom there. Also, Lightclaw falling, the flanks still down, but Stinghand also going to go into the respawn queue. He gets his head taken once again off as Utka trying to get some cheeky things onto the point itself, but he was almost getting gutted there. Once again, they're holding on quite firmly here. Just a very strong power hold from Bad Dragons as they just got walked on right now. That I don't even know if that was a drop, but Atom is going to get completely nuked into atoms there just by the sheer aggression of Stan walking forward.
Yeah, Stan's just walking forward, killing everyone. So much damage into that pocket area. Atom going down. I mean, it was a really, really good kind of first hold. You know, that whole kind of minute and a half for Bad Dragons. Vision couldn't really get anything going, but it's really up to Stan. Just obviously takes it on his back, pushes forward, just nukes everyone in that pocket area, and now we see a little bit of a hold. Sackwave does come in though, and does force Zio.
A decent force there, Quarky taking it into his hands. I didn't 100% see the soldier. Yeah, Boshi not dying from that, so it was almost a solo sack, which I don't really want to compliment, but it gets the job done. So post-factional commentary, they do get 40% advantage here, and some lightning rounds trying to get eked out here forward as Yuka going to pistol down Timtom. He's on a long respawn, because when you don't control the point, you have long respawn waves, but they have to just push into Sting in here, who is a bit away from the heals. He's going to get healed right now, and Yuka is going to get found out there. Tercio just flaming him down there in the back lines of that, but Atom is building his Uber here quite forward and quite progressively, but Quark just goes so far forward, almost died there, but Stan is the one going to get a bullet into him as the Uber just gets popped out now.
Oh, the Uber's going deep. Tercio is pretty good to know. We can see Lightclaw wants to go for something, but it's going to get melted. Tercio on the beam, playing, protected his medic perfectly. Nice positioning as well. They just backed up nicely. The cap does come in for Bad Dragons, but now we see the Uber is already up for Zio, and they're going in with it immediately. It's Stan going in deep, Utka going as well. They're going to pick up Cloudy, Quarky, and Yuka all go down as well. But Atom is nowhere to be seen, and we're just going to see kind of leapfrog situation, and the cap comes straight back down for giving opponent.
I feel like they almost backed out too far there. I mean, they backed out quite well because they didn't get picked up there, Bad Dragons, but I feel like they could have stayed a bit more at medium distance, because when they kept the point, you obviously want to spam them, but going to take the change back out there as Stan is so far forward on the cliff, only going to find a heavy, which now munches rightfully so onto a sandwich, but the spy with a 6k there in the end, Citrus, is going to get backstabbed by the blue spy, who then gets killed afterwards, but after killing Cloudy, so that's just going to enable them maybe to once again just walk forward here, but the Uber comes in right now as Barth is just going to get peppered there by the Lightclaw Scout, as he's just going to take the heavy there, just down like that. Quarky though a bit over aggression and going to fall from that. Yuka going to get jagged into the skybox itself, so they have once again kept this point, but Zio is going to charge very eagerly forward here with Stan.
Yeah, again, similar situation. They kind of go into it with the Uber. Now we see the counter Uber coming in, and they're just going to be able to play the point. I don't think they're going to get Atom here. Yeah, Atom's nicely out all the way to spawn with the demo man. They're looking to repush. Like, this is kind of crazy, like how far forward they are with all the frags that they have lost. But yeah, Envision obviously taking the point back straight away, and now Bad Dragons wisely waiting a couple of seconds to get their spawners up, and they're up to 80%, so they do have an advantage to push with.
And they get the pick onto Barthish there as well, so early combo pick there. Usually Heavy is not denying an Uber all that much, but he can hide in some cheeky just situations and maybe picks it up after the Uber that you might have not expected as just a solo. No, Scout Uber first of all, but then afterwards Quarky jumping in. Really the prolific classes that you want to Uber here, as they just get so much damage forward, don't get a single frag. They got a single frag there, they got the medic, which is the most important part, but just snipers exist in the game, and they pop the heads as well. And they are looking quite well here, Bad Dragons, because they got the medic, and it's really putting them into the just front seat here.
Yeah, we're down to 10 seconds now. He was only just up here for Envision. We see Timtum going really, really deep. Utka does get a frag, but they're just going to have to deny the point here. They're kind of scared here for Bad Dragons. Not really positioning, looks like. I don't know, they're backing out. They're going to let Envision cap it. They really need Atom to get out here. He's walking back to spawn. He is chased down by Utka. That's complete calamity there for Bad Dragons. They completely gave up the point with kind of no real reason and didn't even get their medic out, and we see the first round come in for Gimme Opponent.
Yeah, they wanted to play the same in the same vein, or as in the same phase that they played the entirety of the round, just back out, then get your Uber, but this time they only had 14 seconds, they couldn't do that. They also lost Quarky, so he had no time to respawn. So sometimes you have to take some gambles there, and just once again, just utmost and really perilously not winning it this time around. Envision going to go one up here and just absolute nukage there. Isn't even a word, but Stan just walks forward there onto Quark, and Atom also once again going to get exploded. There's just so much damage from this Polish demo man. A lot of just stragglers going to get cleaned up there, remnants, even Walker also going to get piped. So once again, convincing there.
Oh my god, Stan is just smashing everyone. He even picked up a BM pipe onto Lightclaw, who was trying to go for the flank. He just seems to have homing missiles for his pipe launcher right now, hitting absolutely everything. His damage was obviously crucial in picking up the medic as well. Timtum with a really, really good bomb to completely deny any opportunity of the medic leaving. Now see a sack wave coming in. They do get the force. They're going to take a while to clean up these gamers as well. So very, very successful sack wave there for Bad Dragons, which they really, really needed to get back into this round.
Even though Xeo's just so, I feel like, comfortable because he knows that he can just pop this Ura because his team has been doing well and they're just really, really in the time lead all the time because the enemy team, once again, as always, I don't want to single out players, but like the demo man is dying a lot and that's an issue because the demo just does an awful lot of damage and Quarky just once again walks a bit forward there because he has to, but there's only 3 players momentarily here. Stan is just above them, just gets so much damage, gets juggled out. Atom so weak, has to back out all the way to the health pack. Utka is still in. They need to get these players out, but no, Atom once again catches a sticky bomb there from the quickie bomb launcher, and that's just a quick death for you.
Stan is an absolute madman. He's completely dominating this round right now. He was completely toying with them, going onto their cliff. They weren't quite aware where he was. Somehow juggles himself out via the air blast. I don't know how that quite happened, but he survived on about 1 health, gets an arrow from his medic, and then hits a fadeaway long-range pipe onto the enemy medic Atom, and now we have an uber advantage again. And this sack wave is much far less successful, and Atom is so Xeo is so far back, not even close to having to use.
The solo Boshi jump going to come in there as well, as Stan is just staying a bit and staring at the wall. We've been talking so much for him, so I think it's time to take a nap right now. Yeah, he's crashing because his ping is just inflating so much, it might have actually caught up with his points, and there he goes. Just once again a lot of flabbergasting. Maybe they need to try, what I would call in the situations right now, they're one down, push forward, because Quark is just walking forward here. Essex going to get headshot there as well. Bart is just going to get completely nuked there by Lightclaw, even juggling the heavy, the meteor's body off them all out of the map itself. There comes the exchange on the Ubers itself. Boshi went down there on the side flank. Cypress and Quarky just walking forward here, just trying to, inhibit just Thirsty walking onto this point because they still have the advantage there, Stan being down and just respawning now, or even getting into the server now, but Atom going to get stabbed there in this disarray actions. Just another one.
The Pyro even knocks him out here because coming with crucial picks onto the medic and the heavy. Nice shot there from Timtum. I don't know if that was an air shot or was it perhaps a wall shot. Either way, look at this. Oh, that was a nice shot there. Beautiful trades there from the soldiers.
And they're just flexing onto them. I feel like they're just toying with them a bit, and maybe that was some psychological warfare, just kicking out your own Ethernet cable to maybe try to force them into more aggressive situations. Lightclaw just the last one there, just getting juggled and getting killed there essentially by Wrangled Sentry Gun. So this was a bit convincing, a bit more convincing as the game just progresses and as the rounds go on. And I don't really want to give only a demo man the spotlight, but this just this playstyle from Envision, which is winning them the game, is just augmented a lot by a lot of people walking forward, and the demo is just takes the brunt heals and just does the most damage. But right now Atom got shot quite low there, and yeah. I mean, Boshi's just, Boshi's the first one to jump in, but the spy comes in right now, gets the pick onto the Pyro. Maybe the combo a bit weakened there, but Quacky also going to fall. So just equal exchanges. I feel like they have to go aggressive here right now. Lightclaw wants to, is looking at the enemy team. And the spy's going to come in, like, walk in now.
But don't seem to want to do it. They're obviously looking for their spawners. I mean, it's only really Lightclaw. It's kind of alone. He's only got a sniper and a medic around him. We now see, Timtum's going to come in, and it's in fact Stan who ends up getting that frag, but it was one of a huge bomb from Timtum. And honestly, Bad Dragons, they had to commit to either walking. Nice pipe there from
Absolute
Quacky.
destruction there. Yeah, you are. He is just walking onto them. I've had enough of you people talking about Stan, but right now they have to convert this fast and quick. I mean, I called there for the aggression just going forward. Sometimes it's a 50-50, but I feel like it's better than sitting onto your 20-80 here right now and just staying passive, because they just need to take more exchanges, more trades. Stingin just going to knock the head off Quacky once again. Yuka going to get flamed down there, though Cloudy is going to get the retaliation flank, and Citrus Engineer, big shotgun on Barthus there. They're controlling this flank quite nicely, but I almost had my viewpoint there a bit distracted. Just the sentry gun being so far up, but being out of ammo. They're just walking forward here. Just Quacky wants to go forward. Go forward with him, but just a nuke comes in once again. I'm not even going to call his name anymore.
You know who it is. Oh, Timtum again with a huge bomb. I really feel like a couple of those rockets should have been reflected perhaps from Club. Perhaps he's not quite warmed up. But yeah, again, Bad Dragons, Timtum, again the huge work. These explosive classes from Vision doing so much work. And Atom is living a charmed life repeatedly. And in fact not living a lot of the time, going down an awful lot to these explosive classes.
And who can step up to the play from Bad Dragons? This is kind of the question that we have asked ourselves, and they should ask themselves as the game progressed. Boshi, they're also going to bleed down there to Utka. Just a lot of frolicking players being forward, and the expectancy sometimes being a bit off there, as just players are so aggressive. It's basically a farm fest at this current state. And just Uber comes in there right now, completely unquestioned, going to hit the Demo Man straight into the head there from far away. Stingin that was, and the recipient Utka just going to clean up some players there. It's almost only a 3 alive. They're just going to flex on them essentially, as I feel like there's just no answer, and it's really disheartening because we just see the story that evolves sometimes to that. And as I was saying, we saw a lot of, a lot of promising plays there in the beginning, but as the game progressed, I feel like they didn't catch up on them, and just Envision with the experience shining there long term.
Yeah, Envision just bullying them a little bit. They can't really get any aggression going here from Bad Dragons. They can't get any dry pushes. And whenever they don't have this Uber advantage, even when they do use the Ubers, they can't really get much going. Now see Timtum in again, doesn't quite get the medic this time, but the Captain is still ticking down. Give me a photo.
And yeah, almost out there as well. Atom has a slight advantage, I want to say, but he's just perpetually so weak. He's even going to go down there, going to get revolvered down there in the backline. Spy who just followed up quite nicely there onto the aggression, but Quacky is once again just jumping in. Batik Xio is just going to pop that Uber in response, and there is just no response on the counter. On the counterpart there onto Bad Dragons, so just getting cleaned up there. The Cloudy frag is not going to go down, as he just dropped down there, tried to get a hero shot, doesn't matter in the end. That's a very decisive, even objectively seen 3-0 sweep there onto Product. Maybe a bit expected there in the end, but they definitely showed what it was worth onto Bad Dragons, and I felt like in the beginning you could have judged that it might have even been a bit closer than that, but it is that result in the end. We'll have a quick finishing peek at the resulting log spare.
Yeah, I mean, when your demo and your scout are doing so much work on a map like Product, it's going to be very easy for you. Like, Stan was hitting just absolutely everything, as we just kept saying.
I don't have to say anything more, just sort them by KD, and you see already how Product went down. So, I mean, yeah, that was the quarterfinal for everyone who is still there and wanted to watch some Highlander. I think we had some quality Highlander there, at least in Asheville, and then a bit on Product. But yeah, in the end, very convincing. You've been seeing Envision against Bad Dragons, and Bad Dragons falling a bit short there. The season is going to end for them on this spot. And thanks for tuning in. You can keep your eyes peeled for more Highlander action onto Kritzcast, the semi and the grand final going to come out, maybe even the battle for the third place. We have a lot of merchandise. You can also look them up as a little icon and another icon, just a multitude of icons going to get plugged onto the screen right now. But yeah, I have been Domato and I'm still Domato after that, and I think Dave will also be Dave after that. But yeah, we'll catch you later and next time for more Highlander, so see you then.
Hi, old beaver! Away!